It's been a while since I've had time to be able to do a trailer, but review. But oh my goodness, I am not in a good place. I am. I am. I'm gonna have to refer back to this video after seeing the film because I wonder how much I'm gonna feel. Okay, get the good out of the way. Use it's just Will Poulter looks fantastic. I think he's gonna be. I've told one Narnia Weber who I know is. Well, he's not going to go see the film. He said he thinks it's an abomination and he's not going to see it. I said, well, I'm going to see it for Will Poulter. I'm gonna see that kid act, and I think he's gonna do great. I think he's gonna be a fantastic actor for Eustace, and so that's my expectation there. As for some things look fantastic. I love a lot of the cinematography. I love the sets that I'm seeing. Um, even things that are looking like okay, now it looks like even Koryakin's house is invisible and the doors open up out of nowhere. And yes, it's different from the book. But I'm looking at that going, I love this. I think this actually looks really good. Um, even okay, Ramandu's daughter is glowing. I've said it before. I think it looks okay. I think she looks great. But then there's some things that just clash. Starting off in the trailer, the dialogue. All right, we already know this is kind of an update, not just on the trailer, but where I am right now. We know from this the story summary that apparently Ramandu's saying or Koryakin is saying things like, you have to defeat the darkness, but first you have to defeat the darkness within yourself. I'm thinking, oh, come on, this is so cheesy. And then you have Ramandu's daughters, Liliandu, saying, well, I can change shape. Who knew I was a shapeshifter when they read the book? Yes, I can change to be, they go, Caspian and Edmund go, no. And I'm just going, yeah, you want to roll your eyes with Lucy. It just seems cheesy and lame. And I'm just watching this going, it just doesn't seem like it seems like there's a lot, aesthetically they're getting right. It looks like they're really treating it well. But I just wonder if I'm thinking, okay, it's not like they even, there's some parts with Prince Caspian Lion with Wardrobe I could say, they just didn't get it, this thing or that thing, Aslan saying, well, if the witch understood the true meaning of sacrifice. I'm thinking, that's not what the book was about, and then even Prince Caspian, where Aslan says, well, every year you grow, so will I, as opposed to saying every year you grow, you will find me bigger, which has a really different meaning to it if you think about it. And so I can't just say that they don't get it here. I'm looking at this saying, it looks like there's an entirely different focus. All right, two big elements. We have the White Witch. I don't know how prevalent she's going to be in the film. It could be she's not that prevalent at all. But I'm feeling I think right now I think they're making her out to be a major villain. I think they're making her a focus of the storyline. And I think they're tying in the Dark Island, and I think they're tying in the Sea Serpent to the same thing. And I think they're tying all those three together to make that this climactic ending. And I'm thinking, why? I know why they're doing it. They're trying to make it more connected. And Glumpuddle's talked about how they're trying to do this, and he's right. They're trying to connect the storyline more. But here I'm thinking, why are they trying to connect it like this? There's enough there in the book. The emphasis on the discovery, the emphasis on moving towards and where the sun is setting to Aslan's country, to finding each of the seven lords to right this wrong that Mira has committed. There's enough there that I think if they played it up, emphasized it, I think there's enough to tie them together. I mean, they have something like that, tying all these islands together. But here, they have to discover the seven swords to put them together so you can. I love how Warrior was, or no, it was Tyrion actually. He just said, "Oh yeah, they have to put the swords together so they can send a bat light up to the sky to." Yeah, what? Why is this happening? That seems cheesy. But whereas I think that the sword plot will be, I think it'll come into the story a little late. I think that both the sword plot and the White Witch will come into play at Koryakin's Island, and I think uh, it looks like they're going to try to get the seven swords and then bring them back to to Ramandu's Island. Sorry, I confused the two. They're bringing them back to Ramandu's Island to wake the final sleepers, and so I think that's what they're doing. You also have Eustace. Okay, the dragon I think looks cool. Some people think it looks too humanoid. I don't really get that. I think the dragon looks okay. Sea serpent looks a little bit odd, but I think I'll get used to it. It's not a serpent. I just kind of assumed that a sea serpent would be a serpent, not a worm. But it does look interesting and it looks scary. But here's where I think they're moving it. I think we're gonna have Ramon. They revive Koryakin's Island. Um, Koryakin's Island will be earlier in the story. Eustace will not be turned into a dragon yet. He will still be the bratty Eustace. They'll be at Koryakin's Island. Koryakin, I think, is going to give them the uh, say, here's the seven swords you have to find. He's gonna say, here's you know, this witch, this foe greater than a witch, and you must defeat this darkness inside yourselves. Something cheesy like that. They're gonna continue to sail on. They'll go to the Death Water / Dragon Island. Eustace is gonna turn into a dragon. He's gonna stay a dragon. He will not be cured. Of course, they'll find the other sword and maybe two of the swords there. They'll go on to Ramandu's Island. Eustace will still be a dragon. They will find the three more sleepers. They will continue on to find the Dark Island and the witch, and they will defeat the witch and the sea serpent, and Eustace will fight the sea serpent, and then, from what we hear from interviews, he'll still be redeemed as a matter of grace and not earning his uh, redemption, because of course they realize that was bad. But it's like I'm thinking, it seems like Eustace's transformation, for one thing, is going to be in a different setting, different kind of place than it was in the book. And I think what's going to happen is I think they might even meet Aslan before. No, maybe not. I'm so confused because we have Eustace telling them about what it was like being changed as they're rowing through the lilies. So I am expecting that this is. I don't think there's a chance this will be a good adaptation. I really don't. The only way this could possibly still be a good adaptation, the White Witch is in the movie as much as she is in the trailers. A matter of seconds. Minor. An annoyance. A big annoyance and trivial and unnecessary, but nothing significant. That's what would have to be necessary there. The Seven Swords would have to be reduced to the point of um, being basically a cheesy cop out version of the fill the four thrones of Cap Paravel prophecy. That's what would have to happen there for that to be redeemed. I think that film is gonna be more. Some people are saying, well, you have to divorce the film from the adaptation, and just have to watch the film for what it is. Okay, I understand what they're saying, and I can appreciate that, but I disagree. First of all, why even make the film in the first place if you're not going to do the honor to the book? I mean, it's not just some book. These are pretty significant pieces of children's literature, and to say, well, I'm not sure. Well, frankly, I'm not sure I want them to succeed if they're going to change the books this much. What do I want out of this movie? I want to love the movie. I do want to enjoy this movie. I think there's parts that I will really enjoy. But I want to enjoy this movie for the same reasons I enjoyed the book. I want to be enthralled by the mystery of the voyage, the continuing towards Aslan's country, the kind of celestial mystery that the book was filled with, and finding the seven lords, and that idea of, okay, we're getting closer and closer and closer to Aslan's country. All those elements I think now are going to be replaced by, okay, by the way, we have this new side plot. We're going to have to defeat the witch to be able to defend Narnia from an impending doom, and and we're fighting for survival here. We're not fighting for honor and nobility. But anyway, so maybe I will. I don't think there's a chance I will be pleasantly surprised, but maybe I will be. But I'm still gonna have to hold the film to a high standard, and maybe it'll work as a film, but I'm gonna have to hold it to being a good adaptation.